So, welcome to I Support Your Business show with your host and host Mithil, a pod made exclusively to share the journey of our fellow community members of I Support Your Business Indo Canadian community to the world. The main aim of our community is to practice the power of giving, facilitate collaborations and partnerships, and help connect people on a global platform. As your host, being the president of the community currently, as well as the founder and chief content alchemist at VI Stripe Content Lab, I help solopreneurs, artists, and coaches build their business online organically through content marketing. Today, we have a wonderful member from our community. Let's welcome Elisha to the show. Hi, Elisha.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, Elisha, can you share with us your childhood journey?
Hmm. So, my childhood has been interesting, I would say, where I remember being in a school and I was always marked for being very talkative in class. And there has always been X's around my name on the blackboard. So, I've always been quite a talkative person. At the same time, I've had a lot of friends. So I would say that was a blessing and a boon in itself, because with friends I've got a lot of understanding related to how different people work differently in terms of mind, set, heart, and what do they give more importance to, and different aspects of life. So, genuinely, my inspiration has come from my childhood, where different people were thinking different things. And I used to always question, like, what is this? Like, why is this so different than the other person? That's where the inquisitiveness and the curiosity came in to understand related to what psychology is. And I would say a lot of blessings to my parents that they thought that I should be going to a career counselor for this, or else I think I would have ended up somewhere else also. So I did go to a career counselor in my 10th standard, like after my 10th standard. That's where I'm glad that the counselors told me that, you explore the option in arts, because the arts is something that has, highest in my this thing, personality, interest, and aptitude, and things like that. So, yeah, she didn't say anything related to psychology, but she did tell me to explore, and that really helped me personally. So, yes, that has been the course, and that's where I picked up and realized, yeah, psychology seems interesting. The questions that I've been asking in my childhood, why are these people like this, and things like that. That's somewhere I feel that it's just so nice to go ahead with. So yeah,
Lovely.
that's how I started my journey to psychology.
This is brilliant. So, Elisha, when and how did your professional journey started?
Professional journey started, so I realized doing graduation is not enough, doing masters is still not enough. And then I persuaded, like, in terms of therapies and doing a lot of courses, doing a lot of self healing throughout the journey. And that's where the professional thing started after my masters, for sure, where I was given a supervision. I had a supervisor for therapies, and yeah, that was really helpful for me personally, as that really opened doors as to how, uh, you know I have to deal with clients and things like that.
Thanks. So, Alicia, when did you turn into an entrepreneur?
I've always had this desire, thought, and dream, I would say, that I want to have my own private practice. I think I don't remember since how long, but it has been since a long, long time that I remember. The reason that I've also taken psychology and counseling, I think I've never seen myself in a corporate space much of a time. Also, I remember that I was in a corporate space for 6 months, and I felt so suffocated because I was unable to be myself. And the process of just masking something else that you're not was something that really was like, hey Alicia, that the reason you took counseling or a psychology in first place? So I really reflected through the journey, in like after my masters, when I was working in a corporate setup, and after that as well, that what is the reason, why am I here for? That was a deeper question, and I reflected it further, and I felt like I need to have my own thing for really helping others and also myself in the journey. And yes, so whatever I felt like doing for others, which used to come from my heart, that hey, I want this for you, and that was myself first. So if I want someone else to grow, now I'm going to see, hey Alicia, how am I going to grow in this space? So yeah, that's how the professional journey started. And I would love to see others doing what they really love to do, and not be constricted to the professional space, and I can only do this much because my work is asking me to do this much. I really want them to be who they are. I really want people to be authentic. I really want people to love themselves more. And if that is something that's calling out for them to be in a corporate setup, great. But I want them to listen to themselves. And that would start from me listening to myself. And that's how the professional journey also started. Me listening to myself more in the journey is something that have loved doing it, still doing it, and touch wood, with the grace of God, I will keep doing that. However, till ever it's meant to be.
Wonderful, Alicia. So, Alicia, we would love to know the story behind naming your brand.
I have thought a lot about naming my brand as to what it's going to be like. I would honestly say that I have done a lot of overthinking on that particular aspect. And then a thought, and other people have also thought about, like, how about you just naming it with your own name and not think so much about it? So it's very simple on my part that I've just named with my own name. That's Alicia Varani. And that's what it is. Probably you can just be your own self, and that's your own uniqueness. And that's what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Alicia, if I have to take you back to the memory lane, can you share how were the initial days when you started your journey as an entrepreneur, handling your business?
Oh, a lot of goof ups, a lot of thinking as to what needs to be done. Um, Understanding that okay, it's not just this, it's even, it's not just that I have to take care of the clients, it's also that I have to take care of the admin work, the marketing, which I have been struggling since a long time. And yeah, so all of these things, I think the combination of all of these things was something that was difficult for me at the start of it, but it's always a learning journey. So I've been up to it, still learning. And I would say right now I'm a little better than before. I would say a lot better than before. And yeah, that's what it is.
Good. So, okay, so Elisha, can you share the hiccups as well as the learnings you have received in this journey till now?
Hiccups, I would say that's always been there. It's not something major thing, but I would say the place where you feel that okay, I'm at a space where I really want to do something of my own. At the same time, you wish to earn on your own, and the place where you're in a dilemma of hey, am I supposed to go ahead and get a job, am I going to do freelancing, or I'm going to go ahead and set up my own thing. That has been a hiccup, and a wavering thing earlier. But of course, like since 2 3 years, it's been where I'm in a space where I'm rendering my service and I have my own setup, and that's how I'm going ahead with it. Earlier, this has been a hiccup throughout, I would say. And this is important also because it has to do a lot with your mindset. It is. in what one feels security in, because since childhood it's been conditioned that doing a job is something you're going to feel secure in. Of course, if you're coming from a business background, that is different. They will be telling you related to, hey, you know what, you're doing business, you're going to grow in this particular thing. So all of these things matters a lot as to what is your conditioning, what is your thought process related to it, and things like that. And one, I mean, I have to come out of that comfort of just getting into a job to freelancing to becoming my own brand. That's the phase that I have been in, like past how many years that has been, and that has been a hiccup and a lot of learnings throughout the journey, I would say.
Got it. So, Alicia, according to you, what are the five things that you feel every entrepreneur must have?
Hmm, interesting. I feel every entrepreneur, if a person has thought about becoming an entrepreneur, which means they are in the phase of continuous learning. That's one that I feel that everyone needs to have a mindset of continuously learning. Second, to have certain systems in place is what I feel is the most important thing. Third, I would say, mm, coming out of your own comfort and mindset is the third very important thing, because only when I am investing in myself, I will be investing in the company and then in the process of growing. It actually starts from here. And if I'm unable to invest here, and if I feel that I am doing a lot of work in terms of investing in myself, that's something that you're not honoring. I'm not honoring myself enough to go ahead with. So I have to invest in myself. So as an entrepreneur, if you're investing in yourself in different courses, in different, if you require a therapy session, kudos to you. Please go ahead with it. Or if you feel that you need a mentor, please do that. And that's what is most important. I feel that investing in yourself and the work that you're doing. You can for sure be where you are in 20 years down the line, but I'm sure having a mentor is important to be where you are and to grow and things like that. So, yes, that's the third one, I would say. We are yet to go ahead with two more. Hmm. Okay. The fourth one, I would say having a good support and a community is important. Um, you will learn from the fellow people who are into this, and that's going to be a plus plus in your journey. Having that kind of a mindset, people having that kind of a mindset is very important. Fifth is something which I should have told first, but yeah, it is genuinely to believe in yourself, that you are able to do it and you will be doing it irrespective of whatever comes in the way. So, yes, believing in yourself.
Nice. So, Alicia, how has being an entrepreneur changed you as a person?
It has changed me in a person in a lot of ways. Having more confidence, believing in myself more, able to reach out to more people, the desire, the vision, everything which is there in my head, heart, body, soul, which is yelling out loud as to, hey, tell more people what it is about. And so all of these things is something has helped me as a person. And I want others to do it as well. And with this, I even forgot what the question was. Tell me.
Question was, how has being an entrepreneur changed you as a person?
Yes. So it has, I've opened up more, I would say. You are able to see your own gifts, talents in a deeper level, or you're even finding out, discovering yourself more. The things that you feel that, oh, I shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't do something, and in the process you understand, hey, this is not that difficult. The amount of significance that you have given to a particular thing, it's easier, it's manageable, and that only happens when you start doing it. So yes, that has helped me as well as a person to understand what it is. help me to be more, to share myself more, to reach out to more people, all of these things, and probably more, which I'm not saying it right now.
Cool. So, Alicia, do you really think is there a success potion or a formula to establish a business?
Success portion or formula? Hmm. With success portion, whenever I'm hearing this word portion, I think of a witch or a wizard, honestly, because that's something which we have seen in movies and heard a different type of stories. So I feel that you need to be a witch. You need to be a witch kind of a person to go ahead with this success as to, hey, whatever comes in my way, I'll just cater to it. I'll see what it has to be done. I know that I'm going to seek help, support help, and if not, I am going to be more of myself. And yeah, there is no certain portion which I would say, but you need to be everything out and bold, is what I feel.
Okay. So, Alicia, before we end this particular episode, what is a message you would like to give to our community members as well as to the people who are listening to this episode?
Hey, I really want everyone to be yourself more. I want you to acknowledge, appreciate for what you have done by far in your journey of entrepreneurship, or even if you have not started with it, wherever you are, I want you to appreciate that. Feel a lot of gratitude as to wherever you are in the journey, and then think of where you want to go. If you are in the space of dissatisfaction and you're going towards that, oh, I will be gaining satisfaction somewhere else, you will always feel that lack in oneself, in yourself. So for sure, feel that fulfilled and then go ahead a step further where you want to go. That's something that I would really want to say to everyone. And love yourself more in the journey. That's what my aim purpose is through counseling, therapy, workshops, all of these things is to be yourself more, to love yourself more, and how you can be more authentic, how you can have a better relationship with yourself and with your partner and with the people and with everyone around. And if at all in the process, if you feel that it's, you're not feeling who you are, you're feeling disconnected, you're feeling dissonance, please seek help. That is something that I really want to say. Because if you get a good therapist, if you know and if you vibe with that, person well, I genuinely feel that you can do much, much, much more than what you are right now. And yes, I want to see everyone blooming. So that's what I love. And yes, that's the message for the community members and to everyone who's listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alicia, for coming here, sharing your journey with all of us.
Thank you for making me a part of this journey.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for taking this interview. And thank you to all of them who are listening to me as well.
So, you have just listened to I Support Your Business show with your host, Mithil. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on the podcast platform that you are listening. This is Mithil signing off at the moment. Until next time, meet you soon with another member and their exciting story. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.